You're welcome to.
Okay, guys, welcome to the More Deals Mastermind. We meet every Friday. This is a deep dive into your business, and we were just talking to Campbell Haig. Campbell, take it away. Tell me what you think about it. Explain that good mess.
Okay, well, brand new. This was introduced to me through you, through iList, and then through Smarty. I guess it was maybe less than 3 weeks ago. Robert, was the first time we connected, I think.
Yeah.
And so we started studying the process and really trying to get our brain around a completely different way of selling a home. And the more Beth and I heard of what you're doing, how you're approaching, and how you're positioning the whole program, we're like, damn, this is absolutely perfect for what we want to do, because both of us are on the spectrum. We both have very short attention spans, ADHD, whatever you want to call it. I was one of the test kids for Ritalin when I was young because I couldn't sit still in school. So I just don't have a lot of patience. So a 14-day listing is right up my alley. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. And you're not sitting there spending all of your time trying to keep somebody happy. You either put money in their pocket, money in your pocket, or you move on to the next client or find a better strategy.
Amen.
So when we understood that, we're like, okay, this is perfect. We approached our first person, which was a stale listing that we've got, that they wanted to price it a little bit high. Now they want to bring it down. And we said, rather than bring it down, let us throw this strategy at you. Robert, it's right in the meat of the market. It's priced, Beth, we priced it at $285, correct? For the price, 15% below real market. And we've got our first open house this weekend. Now, fast forward. I had another lead come in that is one of our clients who we just put under contract for an 800 and what?
It's right at 900.
Almost $900,000 home. This is our second transaction with them, seventh transaction with their family. Now we got to list their home. We approached the husband and the wife and the father, who is the money man and the decision maker on this, and they all said, this is the best strategy we've ever heard of. We're ready to go. So that's now already on the books. We met with a probate lead that came in. They found us on Google. We met them at the house yesterday. They drove in 2 hours to cut the yard, interview us. They'd already done all their research on us, so they liked what they saw online. And while we were there, I reminded my wife of my favorite Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5 song, ABC, because we always need to be ABC. Always be closing. Every time you're in a presentation, always be closing through the whole entire thing. I even brought a contractor lockbox with me because I already knew the transition line. You guys, you drove 2 hours down here to meet with us. Rather than having to come back again, I brought a contractor lockbox. So if you decide you want to move forward, go cut 2 keys at Home Depot and leave it in the box. And we've got you on the schedule for one of the weekends this month. So that's now 3 that we've got back to back. We're meeting with a 4th one, who's another one of our clients who we helped buy their home. They called us up, said, we're getting a divorce. We need to sell our house. They still get along. There's no animosity there. They just need to divide their assets.
And we're not doing it on Zoom just because we want to see them.
We're meeting them face to face. We're going to do the exact same thing because we got a relationship with them. We're going to look at the house and we're going to put it on, and that's going to be almost a $700,000 sale that we'll mark down 15% to get it done. So we're literally booked now every single weekend into August doing our first 4 open houses. So I'm telling you, you made a mess for us. We've had to rearrange our life. We've had to rearrange everything we're doing because we didn't hop in a little. We just jumped into the deep end. We're like, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it. And we're going to give ourselves a good spread to test to see how this works. So, brother, I'm immensely thankful to you. And I'll show you, if you let me share, I want you to look at one of our listings on iList and give us any tips you can on making this better since you've been doing so. Can we do that?
Absolutely. I made you co-host, brother.
Okay, here we go.
Just for those of you that don't know what we're talking about the iList cash offers platform, taking those cash offers, and most sellers, they don't really want that cash offer, so we're going to convert them, pivot to a better way to get the highest and best price through a transparent online offers platform. And it's a 14-day process. That is what we're talking about. Campbell, take it away.
Hey, just a heads up, we are not an escrow state. We are an attorney state. So there's going to be a few things that are a little bit different than for most of the people on the call.
Sure.
So this is the listing right here. That's all the photos we put up. We've got like 5 views on it, 7 views. So there's literally, that's all of it. There's a floor plan and 6 shots, just like you told us.
Mhm.
Front of the house,
We already
back of the house, corner of the house, kitchen, master, and family area. And that's it. All they see is that it's in good updated condition, because you said the strategy is don't give them everything. Give them just enough that they know why they want to come.
Absolutely.
And here's what we wrote it up as.
Clean, simple, spaced properly. I love it. Instead of seeing those remarks, descriptions where it's just one big 3,000 word document sentence all run in.
Yep.
This is clean. I like it.
And Robert, just like you talked about, all the documents are uploaded here rather than in our local MLS. We're putting all the stuff here. So you have to come here to get all your information as an agent.
And it has a video just because we already had a video for that
Yeah.
property.
No, that's perfect. Add the video is fantastic.
Yep.
And it's a feature that's super easy to use. It is literally one click, put the link, moving on, save, and keep going.
So that's what we're doing.
And walk us through, go back to your website real quick. Walk us through the features and benefits. Act like I'm, if you don't mind, act like I'm the buyer agent and you're explaining this process and how easy it is. For example, make an offer, boom, it's click a button. Walk me through that as an agent.
You're talking about how we sold it to the listing or how we present it to the buyers that are walking through?
How you're going to present it to the buyers walking through. What's the features and benefits for me as a buyer?
The reason that you want this condo, number one, is location. It's always about location. You are very close to the interstate.
Mm-hmm.
You got easy access to all the shopping. You're walking distance from a very nice restaurant called Capers that has a full liquor license. You can walk directly across the street to it. Publix grocery store is in the same parking lot. Racetrack gas station is there. You've got everything you need literally directly across the street from here with where you're at. This is an in-unit condo, which means you only have one common wall with a neighbor, which is a premium that you're going to pay more for normally.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a fully updated condo that is perfect for either a small family that only needs 3 bedrooms or for seniors who are downsizing, who want single level living. This is true stepless living. You walk in there, no steps coming in, no steps coming out. And you've also got a little patio area, as you see in the back in this top right picture. You got a pad right there for putting in your barbecue or whatever you want to do in the backyard or have your bird feeder. And all the grounds are maintained by the association. The only thing that you do while you're here, you put your plants in the ground.
Now, let me ask you this. Now that we know about the home, walk me through how I submit an offer.
Right.
You simply go to this QR code that we're going to have right with it, and it'll take you straight to this page, and then you pop in here and you make an offer.
Just like that.
Are you an agent or are you a buyer?
Yeah.
Down. So I included an offer guide and also go below the video. Go below the video, go. I also included the offer instructions and the terms and conditions.
Yeah.
But the offer guide is primarily for agents,
Uh-huh.
but is there anything, like I went and sent a link to myself as an agent to go through the process beforehand so I would understand what an agent's going to see. And the way I'm selling it to agents that I've talked to is none of us need practice writing contracts at this point. And this allows you transparency, and then you're only writing the contract when it's time to go binding.
Robert, do you want me to put a copy of this in the Zoom chat for people? We'll share this resource.
Absolutely. If you want to share.
This is our offer guide. Let me download it.
And it'll change if you're in an escrow state, but everybody can extrapolate.
But just keep in mind, these are just samples. You're in
Right.
Atlanta, you're in Georgia, so it's different than, say, California or Texas. But this is an example of educating the buyer and the buyer agent. Should a buyer want to come in without an agent, you can certainly help them. But if an agent's coming to this platform with their buyer, it is the easiest thing in the world to follow through. All the attachments are in there, HOA docs, how to submit an offer, solar docs, all the things that you would attach usually in your MLS can attach right to the homepage of that property, the platform. You can take the cash offers that you run first. If you're a listing agent, you can take the cash offers and blend them right into the transparency of the offers. And then it shows if there's some activity and some interest, but continue with what you have attached here. You're muted, sir. Campbell, you're muted, brother. There we go. There we come. No, not yet. Still muted.
Okay.
There
You
you
will
go.
see we've got the legal description.
Yep.
We've got the seller's disclosure, the community association disclosure, the HOA docs, so they see that, and then the utility sheet, which we include so people know where they get the utilities from. We typically tend to upload everything we possibly can so that we have to answer less questions from agents who don't want to do their job.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
Everything we do is designed to try to save us time and heartache. And we believe in R&D, rip off and duplicate. So feel free to rip off and duplicate our seller guide and adjust it for your market for whatever you need to do.
Any suggestions are appreciated.
And any suggestions are always appreciated. If any of y'all have an input that will make our disclosure, our seller guide better, give it to us.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Now, I think I want to go up a little bit to the make an offer. Just scroll up a little bit and right there. Do you see how easy it is to place an offer? What they're doing is they're placing a transparent offer, but it needs to be verified first, proof of funds, pre-approval. We don't just want anybody throwing offers around. So the pre-approval and proof of funds, once they've verified, and I have my lenders verify those, once they're verified, then you can click a simple button, verified, and it goes right into the transparent. We wouldn't have any offers on this one yet. And I would recommend you take the cash offers and blend those over so you show a number of offers. Take 4 or 5 of them, but you don't have to show the number. You can show the amount, or you can just show the number of offers. Every one is different. And I think right here is if they're not represented, they'll go to no, they'll click it and it comes right to you, the listing agent, all the buyer's information, and then you can have a conversation. The best part of this is you're placing the offer, but you're not writing the offer. You're not writing a full purchase contract until the end of offers due. And in this case, when's your offers due? Do you have a counter on?
So we're not going to put any of that up till Monday.
Okay, so it goes on Monday. So
live traffic this weekend.
Yep.
And then we'll put the offer deadline. For us, we chose 6 p.m. Wednesday.
And Robert, what we learned from playing around with this, you don't want to put the cash offers in yet because it shows when you initially enter them. So do not accept those cash offers from iList from the institutional buyers until Monday, because you want the offer time to show that they didn't put one in 2 days before anybody else could put in an offer.
That is correct. You don't want to scare off. Remember, pricing strategy matters. So you don't want to scare off those lower tier buyers, because we want all the traffic. We want folks bumping into each other in the kitchen. If you see a bunch of offers already, it'll discourage future buyers from coming to your open house. So you, like Campbell just said, you want to place those offers starting Monday. You want to run the cash offers, but you want to import them on Monday morning so everybody can see them. Because a lot of times, hey, do you have any offers? We go right to the website and you can see them all transparently. So I find that buyers love the transparency. Campbell, anything else you're working on that kind of stands out for you on this process?
Well, we're going to have to get down our open house flow based off how you're doing it. So what we're looking at doing with this one, we're going to use their garage as the entrance point, because the actual front door is recessed. So we're going to bring everybody in through the garage and have a table set up there where we will check people in. That's what we're still trying to learn, is the nuances of how to do that.
Well, the weather's a little bit different here than it is in
Yeah, the weather's a
San Diego.
little stickier than it is in San Diego. Let's just say we don't have the perfect weather. You guys don't have a climate. You have perfect climate.
Yeah, right. Well, I can tell you this. This is a perfect example. That photo right there where you talked about the front of the garage, you
Yep.
have an easy up, you have your table, you have a couple of chairs. You have, now, are you going to be holding those open yourself, or are you going to have your buyer team doing it?
We are doing the first one ourselves. We've already reached out to our broker. We used to have a team. We had 10 people on our team at one point in time, and Beth and I realized we hated being office managers and herding cats. And so this time it's going to be all independent agents that we work with through our office who want to pick up more buyers. So we're going to train them eventually how to do it, because the crimp right now is I can't book another one until July, until I have agents that can run these on their own. So eventually our game plan is to find about 6 or 8 agents who really want to pick up buyer leads who will run these open houses for us. So we're doing the selling like you're doing. We're not running the open house, because I really don't want to be at the open houses every time.
Amen. Let me show you how to set up the best open house for visual purposes. You want to get your easy up. You want to get your table. You want to get your chairs. My wife, Carla, always gets that nice little table cover so it looks nice. We'll have a bunch of white kelp waters on the table. We'll have a check-in person. Let me check you in. We want to form a line, and we can go into more detail on your specifics, but you want to make sure that you're driving the traffic first and foremost. You want to squeeze that showing window. I do Saturdays from 12 to 4, Sundays from 12 to 3, depending on the traffic. But we want to squeeze those showing windows so we get people bumping into each other in the kitchen. When they first come to the property, they will check in. You will gather the information. I usually have them shoot the QR code. I get all their information. If they do not have an agent, one will be with them and they'll show them the home. If they have an agent, I explain the process. And usually that buyer is right there with their buyer agent. So I'm explaining it to the agent. I'm explaining the transparency. I'm explaining how easy it is to use this process. I explain that if for some reason they're outbid, they can simply go back and place a higher offer, and they have, as in this case, Wednesday till 6 p.m. I do Wednesday till 7. That's just me. Gives a little bit more time for people after work and placing offers. I used to stop it at 5, and I found that people were rushing and making mistakes, so I extended it to 7. That's what I do. But in this case, you do it till 6, but you want to explain the process. Now, your pricing strategy is lower, is strategically lower to start with. So you want to explain, this is the starting point. You get to transparently see all the offers. In my professional opinion, the home is the comps are in this range. So I'm setting their expectations, but this is the starting point. And the good news is the buyers get to make the decision on what that home sells for. Nobody else. The buyers can transparently take that price to its highest point. This gives the seller the best chance to get the highest, best price. There's no random showings. The showings are by appointment only. We're capturing the buyer information. And Campbell, think about this. The buyer's agents that are coming to your open house, wouldn't it be fantastic if they're looking to grow their business? Those are the agents that are actually working right now in the market. They're actually working with buyers in the market, showing them homes. You introduce this platform to them, and they see the line of traffic. They see the line out the door. That is the easiest thing to do, is to reach out to those buyer agents and say, would you like to be part of my open house database, my open house team? Whenever I have a listing, you can be a part of my team. It's the best recruiting tool, because we're listing agents. You're limited right now because it's you and Beth doing the open houses yourself. When you get buyer agents, you can have 3, 4, 5 of these going on every single weekend. And that's the best way to grow your team. So think about that. There's so much juice to squeeze. When a buyer comes in and sees the transparency, they've never seen it, they love it. When a neighbor comes in, a potential seller comes in and sees the line around the block, they're going, wait a second, I want this. So there's so many features and benefits, more listings, more buyers, more investors, and more agents. Best way to grow your team in the planet. Campbell, anything else you'd like to add to this before we keep moving? You're muted, my friend.
Beth and I want to thank you again for your generosity in sharing your strategy and your wisdom. I mean, this was literally a breath of fresh air for Beth and I. We chose to do ours from 2 to 5 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday because it works better for our personal schedules, for our life, and for the things that we do. And so we wanted to start with a model that was conducive to us and have all the times be the same.
Sure.
That's the one that we think we're going to stick with, is 3 hours on each day, just to make it simple. You're doing the same total hours. You're doing more one day and a little less the next day.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, this is something that needs to be customized to you. Obviously, it needs to work within your schedule. That is fantastic. And that is where you'll make your in-flight adjustments. You'll find that you put the property on the market with no showings until the weekend. We don't do random showings. We don't want, a showing on Wednesday at noon, another one at Thursday at 2. We want to get them all in at the same time. It's more convenient for our seller. It's much more convenient for everybody involved. And the best thing is when other buyers see the other buyers that want this home, you can't duplicate that. Because if a buyer walks into the home and sees nobody at an open house, they're going to think, well, maybe nobody likes this home. Maybe I don't either. On the flip side of that coin, they see all these people that want the same thing as them. Get ready for a bidding war, folks, and it's much easier to justify driving that price to its highest point. So, Campbell, I'm so glad that you're working with this. Are there any questions from the audience? Anyone in the group want to unmute themselves, ask Campbell a question, myself a question about this specific process before we move forward?
I've got a question.
Go ahead.
Dawn. I love the whole idea of the competition and I love that the iBuyers can help kick off a lot of that competition. And I thought it's the greatest thing since sliced bread until I ran a listing through iList. And what happened is I have this little condo that is listed. And what happened is the iBuyers were this thing was listed at 200. The iBuyers were showing like 250 or something, 230. I'm thinking like, okay, well, when push comes to shove, I might even get a number that we just get it sold through there. Well, they came back and I ran it all the way through. They came back at like 130.
Yeah.
Well, okay, the 130 is not the problem because people don't need to see that. The 250 is a problem because if I have iBuyers, they're showing a BS upfront number, and I put those on this listing through iList. Well, how am I going to get any bids from real buyers, the public, if they see my iBuyers at 250? They're like, well, I'm not paying that. Like, they're not even going to show up. So
you got to strategically use those offers to your benefit. If it's higher than the starting price, you don't want to bring them over. It'll throw everything off. Plus, you got to remember the size of the buyer pool is the other thing I'd be concerned with. You got a small little condo. What's the buyer pool for that home, for that condo? Is it a good sized buyer pool?
It is. Well,
that's the question you always need to ask. How big is the buyer pool? That's really the biggest question. But to regards to the cash offers being transported into your offer platform, you want to strategically bring the cash offers over. I can tell you this, 99% of the time, those cash offers, they always seem to change. They seem to change when you hit submit, then they get back to you with something substantially lower. So I've never met a seller that wants the least amount of money, knowing that cash offers will give them the least amount of money. The cash offers aren't there to, hey, I've got a buyer. Let's go under contract and go. Those cash offers are to lead the buyers in the right direction, transparently. That's all that's for.
Hey,
So you're
Robert.
saying that, like, if I went back through, I would suspect that, yeah, you're right, that I probably could find some of the cash offers that were below our list, and those are the ones I want to use.
Use those to leverage the listing to take it to a higher point.
Robert,
Very
I've
good.
gone back in the past to them and said, "Hey, your cash offer's not realistic. Here's some facts that you need to know. Can you give me one that's more updated?" Then you might get a more realistic offer, because I've had it both ways where they've given me more and they've given me less. So they're just like Zillow. They're not always perfect.
I think the biggest thing to remember, Rich, is these cash offers, a very high percentage of them are going to basically insult the seller.
Oh,
They're
I
not-
agree completely. I was just saying that if he's concerned about the cash offers, he can do it the way he did, or he can go back and
Yeah. He can
and
certainly
explain a
do
little
a
bit and get a
rebuttal.
better cash offer.
He certainly can. He can do a rebuttal, but remember, I wouldn't even take that extra effort to do that, because I'm only going to use the cash offers that benefit and that used for leverage to get those buyers, get the party started. Like Campbell said, get that party started. And then, so you don't want to use an offer that's higher than what your starting price is, because that throws things off. You can certainly add that
Right.
once the bidding begins, but at the end of the day, they're only used to leverage to get that momentum going in the right direction.
Robert, and what we have to remember, because I've already come across the same thing, John, that you have. The initial offer came in too high. I don't have to show the full offer. I'll enter that manually. I'm not going to import that offer. I'm going to enter it as if it's a buyer coming in.
Yep.
They say they'll go up to that number. If I need them to be 75,000 less, that's the number I'm going to put it in at,
Yep.
because the iBuyer doesn't mind buying it for less. They're just not buying it for more.
And you know what
Ah.
also is
And
your
it's only
bidding.
bait.
And it's also what it is, just like you're doing a favor for them. Let's say they're willing to pay 300, but we want to get them, start them at 200, because they don't want to overpay for the home. Go in just like a traditional buyer, place their offer for them, and keep bringing that offer up to their highest point. And if they decide they want to go further, then that's fine. But use that cash offer as leverage is the point. So cash offers, I'm telling you, is a great way to start. I did a study, 72 listing study, where every single one of them had a cash offer. Not one of them went for it. Very rarely will you ever have a seller saying, I want the least amount of money for my home. And I got to be honest with you, full transparency, I had one Wednesday tell me it was a trust. He's like, you know what? I don't want the highest and best price. I just want to get somebody a good deal. I'm like, I've never heard that. So I've almost never heard people want the least amount of money. So my point is, we will need to find a streamlined way, because it's 14 days, guys. From the time you get in contract, the time you take the listing and start, until the time you go under contract should be 14 days. I do Friday to Friday. Friday, the listing goes live, goes coming soon, Saturday, Sunday, live in the MLS Monday. No showings until Saturday and Sunday. Transparent offers Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Offers due Wednesday by 7 p.m. Thursday is when I call all offers, because remember, when buyers and buyer agents are submitting offers onto this platform, they're not submitting a full purchase contract, a fully executed purchase contract. They're just placing a number and their supporting documentation. Because the last thing I'd want a buyer agent to do is, if they're bidding and they get outbid and they can go back in and place another higher offer, is they'd have to keep updating their contract. So they place their number bid. Then when the bidding's done, they all get an opportunity to submit their highest, best, and final. Here's the suggested seller terms and conditions, contingencies, what have you. They have Thursday until 5 o'clock to submit fully executed, buyer executed contract and supporting documentation, updated proof of funds, updated pre-approval. And then we'll do a offer presentation Friday morning with the seller, with the hopes of getting that wrapped up, should there be any counter offers back and forth. Because remember, this platform is a form of countering back and forth. So the countering is being taken care of through the platform. Once you get to the end, we give the buyers, whoever placed their offer, showed interest in the home, we'll give them the chance to submit their highest, best, and final offer with supporting documentation. We'll do our offer presentation. We want to get that transaction wrapped up before the weekend starts, because we don't want buyers thinking, well, I don't know what's going on with this home. Maybe I'll go to open houses this weekend and find something better. We want to secure them before Friday's over. End of business Friday. We want this locked up and escrow or contract, whichever state you're in. You want to have it solidified. And so it takes the whole open house weekend off the table. Make sense?
Yep.
Campbell,
Robert,
did you
can I
miss
ask
anything?
a favor?
Yeah, go ahead.
Lawrence, can you share your Canva template for that? We've already downloaded your file. We like that.
Yeah.
Campbell, really quick. So I did that in ChatGPT, then dropped it over to Canva just to add a QR code to it.
Okay, so you did that in ChatGPT.
I got Beth's text message. I'm looking for the ChatGPT thing I can share with you, where you guys just create it for you. That exact same thing. I'm looking for it right now. I'll send it to Beth. I got her text.
And speaking of Lawrence, hey, Campbell, anything else to go on your property before I'm going to go to Lawrence real quick. I have a question for him.
I have one last thing, Robert.
Yes, please.
Are you guys doing a manual, like handwritten registration, or are you guys using GHL to do your registrations?
I use a QR code.
Yeah,
That's the only way to fly because it's easy.
Yeah.
Boom.
that's what we plan to do. So cool.
But worst case, there's a lot of people out there that are not as savvy as they should be with their CRM.
I've already got my back.
If you want to go old school, all you need to do is text people the link to the property. Thank you for coming by the open house. And I sent you, Beth. Did you get that I sent the other day?
No, I've not gotten anything from you, Robert. Did
I
you
sent it to
Campbell,
Campbell.
maybe?
I sent it to Campbell and Smarty because I didn't have your email.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so Campbell, make sure
Campbell needs to forward it to.
I will send you her email address so you can include that from now on. She's the detail person.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. That's why I was following up.
His email now, Robert.
She's going to my email now and she's going to find it. Then she'll send you a response with her email.
There you go. So what you want
I married well.
is when somebody comes to your home, you're looking at the photo right there with the red trim, white garage door. They're walking up. You say, who am I checking in? Welcome to the open house. Who am I checking in? Oh, okay, Campbell, give me your cell phone. It's not a, can I have your cell phone? It's what's your cell phone? Okay, 619, boom, boom, boom. I'm going to text you a message with all the details on this home. Because they say, well, can I have a flyer? I'm going to send you a digital flyer. Can I have this? Can I have information on placing an offer? Everything is going to be in the link that I send you. It's a reminder thanking them for coming to the open house, the property address, the little bit, like a real quick 3-bedroom, 2-bath square footage located here, and then the link for property and or offers questions. Click here, and then this comes up, and then we want to make sure that they get it on their text, and we're going through it with them on their, as we're checking them in. Once they confirm they received it on their phone, then they can go inside. If you're going old school, if you're going CRM, boom, it's just a quick scan the QR code, all your information's in. But it's a way for you to explain the process because most people have never seen this before.
Robert, can I give you a shortcut here?
Please do.
That will make everyone's life. First off, I'm going to put a link in here. Then I'm going to show you how this works.
Yep.
Okay. This is a link to what's called WhisperFlow. Now, I'm going to show you what you can do in WhisperFlow. It is an app that you use on your phone that you talk to, and you use something that's called a snippet. Now, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a video right now in here, and you're going to watch my mouth move, and what I'm going to say is send client 1411 Raven, and watch what happens. Send client 1411 Raven. Look at that message. It just appeared from that one little statement.
We can't see it. We can't see it.
It's in the chat.
Look in the chat.
Oh, chat. Okay.
That is awesome.
So when you're at the open house and you're sitting there and they give you their cell phone, you go, send client 1411 Raven, and it gives them the whole entire message. Thank you for coming to our open house. Here's the link to find out all the info. So you're not manually doing it. You just give it a statement and boom, it's done.
That's
I will
huge.
tell you, once you start using WhisperFlow, you will not type on your computer anymore. You'll use it for doing your inputs for ChatGPT, Claude, whatever you're doing. It's unfreaking believable.
That's why we meet. That's why we do what we do. And Blanca
Yep.
also put in her QR code in the chat box. But Campbell, I'm telling you what, this is huge. Thank you. And I was more explaining the manual way, because there's a lot of agents out there that aren't using technology like they should. Shame on you. But guess what? Here's your chance. Go to that link that Campbell put in the chat. And if you do not have that chat, I will send it to you. I'm telling you what, this is fantastic. Campbell, thank you, brother. Let's see. Hey, Lawrence, you still there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, walk me through your process. And I know you had, I'm going to stop sharing this screen right here. Let's go ahead and get that, remove current share. Thank you very much. Lawrence, real quick, tell us a little bit about your experience. You just finished one up. Walk us through the listing, walk us through your process, and walk us through where you are at this point.
So I just had two listings. So unfortunately, the first listing, when I originally did the comps and everything like that, dropped it to 15% under market value, was right at where we're supposed to be. However, when the market shifts really quick, you're off.
Yeah.
Especially if you already got your listing in and ready to go and go live, like that price point has to be right in line, in tune. So the first one was up and down. So it came right at when I actually went live, I was at market value instead of 15% under market value.
Yeah. So real quick, what he's saying is the listing commitment came some time ago. The commitment came, yes, I'm going to work with you. Then some time went before they were ready to go live. What happened is the market changed so drastically in those last weeks or so that we need to recalibrate, reconfirm our asking price, reconfirm our pricing strategy. And so that's what Lawrence ran up against. And I wanted to bring that up because you won't make that same mistake, people listening. So that's why I brought it up. So Lawrence, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, another thing too that I realize now, especially when you actually are like on that Wednesday before 7, and Campbell, you might want to pay attention to this too. If you have the verify offers tab on right when you get close to deadline, where it's 7 p.m., you're going to mess up your whole operation with people, because now people are going to have to re-verify if they want to submit a new offer. Yeah. So uncheck or untoggle the verify offers when it's getting closer, like an hour before all offers are due. Otherwise, you're going to be in a world.
Great tip, brother. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you.
I got surprised on mine, so I'm taking a hit for everybody on this new platform.
That's why I brought you up. I just think it's important. That's what this call is about. What's working, but more importantly, what's not working, so we can make in-flight adjustments and we learn from others' mistakes. I've done hundreds of these sales through the 14-day home offers, and I've learned a lot of stuff, but I don't nearly know everything, and that is why it's so important that we meet up here and talk about these things that are working and not working. So Lawrence, you took the property. Tell us, walk us through your week of marketing.
So the first week of marketing, I mean, obviously the second property I have in Lakewood is generated way more buzz because it's more in line where we're supposed to be on the market. And that marketing is just the first 7 days. I'm just blowing up social media like crazy, right? I'm doing Facebook ads, I'm doing boat trail ads all at once, right? So I'm hitting everyone as much as possible. And Blanca, thank you for that link you put in there too for the open house link, because that's huge too. But for me, what I was doing is, instead of using the QR code, I was using the smart number in Boat Trail. If you guys use Boat Trail, use the smart number. So people want more information, text the word Lakewood or text the word Rancho to my listing. So that way I'm getting their real phone number sent to my phone, and it's sending them the flyer, that flyer that I put in the chat, right? So I'm able to grab that during open house. I'm able to grab that during the marketing time and getting all these leads coming in. Did I answer your question on that as far as the beginning side of things?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now walk us through. Now here's another thing I think it's important to point out. I used this example last night in a listing presentation. I do all my Zoom, all my listings via Zoom, and I use, you always have to use relevant stories. I can tell them a story from 2 years ago, but I'd rather use relevant, up-to-date stories. You did an open house weekend, and tell us about, you had 64 on Saturday, 64 groups on Saturday, and it was a little slower on Father's Day, understandably.
32 on Father's Day.
32 groups on and Sunday was what?
So 64 on Saturday, 32 on Father's Day, Sunday, and then I have 7 on Monday. We had about 4 yesterday. I'm still getting people asking for this one. This property's hot. This is a hot property. It's marketed right. Like, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. Unfortunately, the client has a high mortgage. Like, they did a VA, so they didn't put anything down. So what they owe, they just bought 2 years ago. So it hasn't really anything really changed. So that's why I really need to push it a little bit more to get it up a little bit higher.
And another thing real quick about the short sale situation, because they're going to run across this a lot. It works beautifully with distressed sellers. And here's why. If you go to a short sale situation like Lawrence is talking about, you show that bank that you did all this marketing, you had all these views, you had all this traffic. Here are the transparent offers. Buyers took it to its absolute highest point. Just because they owe $1 million doesn't mean they're going to get $1 million. And what you can do is you can show the bank the loss mitigation, right? The loan mod department or whoever you're speaking to about getting a potential short sale. And you can show them the transparent offers. This is the absolute highest and best this home is going to sell for. It helps with the decision-making process in that short sale. So that's a big deal. But
Pro tip.
Let me just point this out real quick.
Pro tip. Don't show the short sale company the highest offer.
Well, you got to strategically show them what
you got to massage it in there with a couple of lower offers so you're not getting right at the max.
Yeah, but there's a strategy. My point is, I want to go back to the open house.
Yeah.
You had 64 on Saturday, 32 on Sunday. It was a short, trust me, Father's Day is a very difficult, and this 4th of July coming up is going to be very difficult given any kind of traffic to an open house. My point being, he had over 100 groups through the doors. That is amazing amount of traffic. I don't know anybody on the call that's getting 100 groups, not people, groups through the doors. So think about it. Strategically pricing the property is what the number one goal is. Number one goal is getting folks to see the listing on the websites.
Exactly.
Number 2, driving these people into the open house at a strategic window. So they're looking around going, wow, everybody wants what I do. And number 3, the transparency of the offers, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There's only 3 days. This isn't to take forever. Well, I'm thinking about writing an offer. Well, you better hurry up because you have till 7 o'clock on Wednesday to submit your offer. And then the process is 14 days from start to finish. You need to build that buyer pool, let them see the websites, get them to the open house, and then get them transparently bidding. So Lawrence, for all intents and purposes, you had an amazing amount of traffic. What was the follow-up like with some of the buyer agents? What did they think about your process and the transparency?
I got a lot of agents saying I really like this way you're doing it, how you're doing it. So I'm not pushing iList out. I'm pushing 14-day home offers, right? That I'm partnered with Robert on this thing to make this thing grow and grow big. So a ton of agents were like, I like this way. I never even heard how you guys are doing this, right? It's anybody can have these type of platforms.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the sauce and know how to work it, like, for instance, Robert gave me a great idea. I should have followed up right at the end of Wednesday. The last offer that came in, I should have had already ready to go, which I've done now. I've set up a drip campaign to automatically fire off at 7:13 p.m. because most people can be texting me, hey, I won. Between that time from 7 and 7:13, I've mapped it out. Right then, it's going to go out to everyone saying, hey, thank you for your offer. Please submit your highest and best. The seller has requested highest and best by tomorrow at 12 noon. I need to do that just because of the advice of Robert, what he's giving me, and I thought about it. It makes total sense. If you wait till Thursday to send this message, say, "Hey, give me your highest best by Friday," those people are already thinking about the next open house that's coming up this coming up weekend.
Yeah.
They're not even going to probably even bother. They're going to see what else is out there next.
Strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
good.
I wish I would have thought
But
about that before.
that's what we're doing is we're learning, we're building, we're growing. I
Yeah.
want this to be a place where we can come and say, here's what worked, here's what didn't work. And that's what I want this Friday call to be. I want this to be a place where people can come, hear stories of what's working, but also stories of what's not working. Learning from others' mistakes is way more valuable than learning from your own. Trust me, I've taken a lot of arrows in the beginning days of doing this. Lawrence, you were there with us.
Yeah, what else I was going to say, when we first started this thing back in 2017, totally different process now.
Yeah, it's
Right?
evolved huge.
Yeah, big
So,
difference now, especially when this market gets funky like this.
yeah.
You got to really pay attention to everything a lot
But I
more.
think you hit, I think
Guys, that's why I'm here. I want wisdom, not experience. That's what these groups are for. I want
Yeah,
wisdom. I don't
definitely.
want to have to learn it through cutting my own finger. I'd rather learn it from your cut.
Well, you know what? I'm happy to help, my brother.
I'm taking the new cut now.
Yeah. So we're taking one for the team. So let's do this. Let's open it up as we kind of get to the end of our time here. Let's open it up for any Q&A. What kind of questions, concerns, comments? Jeff, thank you for jumping on. Thank you, Kim, for being here. What questions you guys have? Open up your mics and let's go.
I've got a question for you, Robert.
Yeah, Campbell, go ahead.
With the unaccompanied buyers that are coming through, do you have either when you were doing the open house yourself or the agents, are you accompanying them through and trying to pick them up as a buyer at that point in time? So that even if this house isn't the fit for them, you've already hooked them. What is the follow-up process? Because I remember you saying that you average getting 5 deals from each one of these through what's going on. That's what I want to understand, because we kind of understand the open house and how to set the stuff up, but I want to know how to grow it to make sure I get everything out of it. As you said, squeeze all the juice out of it. I want to squeeze every ounce of juice out of each one of these that I can.
I can tell you this. The last open house we did, we had 170 agents with their buyers coming to the open house weekend. We had 130 without an agent. So to answer your question, absolutely the goal is to catch those buyers and make them yours. Because I always tell agents, well, you know what, you're having an open house, I'll just send my buyer. I said, bad idea. My agents convert. You want to lose a buyer? Yeah, right.
1,000%. Literally, Campbell, I wasn't even at the open house this past Saturday and Sunday. I literally had buyers agents there like assassins. She got two buyers she took from that, and we got a potential listing right now from that.
Yeah. So to answer your question, 1,000%, that is an opportunity to there's only one buyer gets to buy that home. Think about all the other, in this case, 299 that didn't. Look at the opportunity. 130 agents without 130 buyers without an agent. Look at the opportunity. Look at the opportunity that those buyer agents have. I had an open house on a $1.3 million listing not too long ago. One of my buyer agents, brand new, never done a deal in her life. She's one of my mentees. She only real estate she knows is what she took to study for her test. That's it. She worked the open house. I explained it. I always meet with my team. Friday, I meet with them Monday first. Just let me give you an idea on the buyer agents. Monday, we have a buyer meeting, open house meeting. We go over open house protocol. And Campbell, I'll share my open house protocol with you, and anybody else that wants it, you can certainly reach out to me. I'll get it to you.
Thank you.
Open house protocol. Monday, we meet. We go over everything we need to do. Monday, we do this. Tuesday, we do this. Wednesday, we do this. Leading up to Friday, because there's no showings during the week, but there's actions that need to be happening. Then we have a meeting on Friday just to go over check-in process. Here's what you say. Here's how you convert. Here's how you do it. Because I don't want to train on site. I have, because I dig it. When you get 300, 400 people at an open house, it's fun to watch. But I prefer to train Friday before, this is what you say, this is how you do it. And then they know exactly what's going on. This agent never has talked real estate professionally to anyone in her life. She did an open house on a 1.3. She picked up a 1.1 seller because the buyer, they needed to sell their home to buy a home, but they were only qualified for like 1.2 or something around that range. So she picked up a buyer and a listing from an open house, a 1.3 open house. Now, do I want them to sell my listing? Yes, but not every buyer is going to buy that listing. So you need to convert them, turn every listing into 5 opportunities. And that's what I mean by that. I have agents, or excuse me, sellers coming to our property and say, who's the listing agent, thinking, oh God, am I in trouble? And they point to the line of people in line for the open house. They go, I want this. You cannot, you can't avoid that. That is what sellers want. Sellers want to know what's going on. Sellers go to open houses to interview agents, to see what the competition's doing. So you're going to get more sellers. You're going to get a ton more buyers. Your lender is going to love you. And it is just a fantastic way to go. So yeah, train your buyer agents on how to capture those buyers. So Blanca, did you have a question?
Yeah, are you still doing the 15% market value below?
That's my pricing strategy. Yes, that's what I use currently. And it's literally to the penny. Sometimes people say, why did you list it at 850, 250? I'm like, because that's my number. So yes, that's what I use. I've seen people try different. I've seen some try 20%. That's just a little aggressive. I've seen people ever seen somebody list their home for $1 in the MLS? It's literally for $1. I had more views to my property by pricing it the way I do than that $1 listing. So yes, I still use that.
Okay.
Now remember,
I mean, I kind of redid my whole listing presentation. I just call it base pricing.
Whatever works. I just have it's my starting price. This is the starting price. We want to make sure that they're clear. This is the starting price. Because remember, the starting price is to drive traffic to the websites, is to drive traffic to the open house, and ultimately drive transparent offers to the platform in a 14-day process.
Are you obligating the buyer's agent or the buyers to have an agent?
Absolutely. You can't submit an offer without a purchase contract.
Okay.
So they need to be represented in one way or another.
Gotcha.
Oftentimes, if it's and just so we're clear, I'm a listing agent. I don't work with buyers. I'll always hand that off to whoever's holding the open house, because a lot of times they'll call me the listing agent directly. I don't work with buyers. I just don't. And so I give those to my buyer agents.
With that kind of traffic, that's a lot of nice referral money.
Yeah, well, that. Just so we're clear, there is a referral fee on every one of our transactions.
Yeah.
And Blanca, I put it in the chat there for you. That's from NAR, National Association of Realtors, as far as pricing.
Yeah.
How many buyers will actually show up?
Yeah, that's something that NAR has shown, that 15%, you'll get 90% of the traffic available. And that is a NAR study that came out years and years ago. So that's what
nice
the banks, a lot of those auction type companies have used that 15% strategy for years and years and years. It's nothing new.
I would love to have a copy of your disclosures.
My disclosures, as in like my listing agreement?
Yeah, your listing agreement and whatever it is that you're putting.
Yeah, I have an addendum that I'm with EXP. Each company is different in terms of what they want to see in their addendum. But I will absolutely share with you. If you want to email me, I'll share my listing agreement, what I'm using. But that's what state are you in, Blanca? Arizona?
I'm in Arizona, yeah.
Yeah. So Arizona may have some different guidelines. You certainly want to check with your broker, but I'll send you mine as an example purposes only. So just shoot me an email and remind me so I can send that to you.
Sweet. Thank you, Robert.
What other questions, guys? This has been great.
Hey, Robert, real quick.
Hi.
It's Gary. It's not Vicky.
I thought it was. Oh, hey, Gary. What's going on, my friend? Long time. I was like,
Yeah.
I think that looks like Vic. Okay. All right.
Vicky relocated to heaven, so I got her computer. So
I'm
great.
sorry to hear that.
It's okay. She's a beautiful person.
I like your Padre hat, though.
Yeah. Well,
No.
read it, though. It says opening game. My son went to the Boston Fenway Park, and he's from here, but he went to the game with the Padres, and
Yeah.
this is all I got.
I remember that opening day game. Well,
So
welcome.
anyways,
What's up? What's up, Gary?
You had texted me about cash offers to Zillow for sale by owners. I wonder if you were going to touch on that at all.
Absolutely. I think this is kind of something I would recommend that everybody does. You go into Zillow, you go to buy, you go to for sale by owner, you type in your county and pull up all the for sale by owners in your county. Then go to the iList platform. I think I put it in the chat box. Everybody, I put a link in the chat box. You get a free cash offer platform if you do not have one. If you do, great, use it. But go to every single for sale by owner in your market. Run a cash offer on each one of those properties. As soon as you get those cash offers, make a phone call, call that for sale by owner and say, I've got a few offers I'd like to present to you. When's the best time to jump on a quick Zoom call to go over them? Talk about having the confidence going into that call, because most people don't have, most agents that are calling FSBOs through Zillow, they have no hope and prayer. They have no game plan of why they're calling. They just are hoping to get a listing. Make it the easiest way. Show them the cash offers that you have. And then what I'm finding, Gary, is most of those cash offers, if not all of them, are not acceptable to those sellers. Have a way to transition them to what we talked about today with the online offers platform. That's what I was talking about when I sent that message. Go to Zillow, pull up buy, go to for sale by owner. It's free. And pull up every single for sale by owner, copy the address, put it in your iList cash offers. Boom. It takes like, I don't know, 10 seconds. And boom, you've got cash offers. Immediately call that for sale by owner. Hi, my name is Robert. I'm calling about your property at 123 Main Street. Is it still available? Great. If I was to bring you an offer at a price was acceptable, are you compensating? Great. When can we jump on a quick Zoom call to go over your property in more detail? And you can even get specific. I have a few offers I'd like to review with you. When can we jump on a quick Zoom call to do that?
So are you talking about everybody's got flippers that are always, coming to our properties, and I've got a list of flippers. Are you saying these are the people with the cash offers, or where are you coming up with these cash offers?
These cash offers are institutional buyers, like Zoom Casa, Zudilio, Easy Street Offers. There's a bunch of them. I put a link in the chat. You can go to it. I think you can see it, but just go in there. It's free. You just click on that link and you
reposted it.
Start. Yeah. Want me to repost it?
I reposted it already.
Okay, cool. So thank you, Lawrence. So all you need to do is go to that link and start running cash offers. But go to FSBO, go to the FSBOs and Zillow and run all cash offers for every single seller. And then reach out to them and go over that cash offer.
Thank you.
Any other questions before we get back to our day of prospecting? Anything else? Campbell, would you like to add anything else before we say goodbye today?
Robert, I just appreciate everything that you're bringing to the table and all the knowledge and wisdom that you and your gang are willing to share. I mean, I'm excited about having more knowledge that we've learned from it that we can bring back and share with others too.
Well, I appreciate you being on, and you tell that beautiful wife I said hello. Yes, Gary.
Right here with me.
Wisdom
Right on.
has experience. Thank you, Robert.
You got it, Beth. Yes, Gary.
Yeah, one last thing. We talked briefly on the phone. There's a chance I might be going back east next year to live in Vermont, New Hampshire. So I'd like to still cold call out here and refer things. I just wanted to talk to you about a relationship with you and doing something like this.
Absolutely. You have my contact information. Reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to sit down and do a game plan. Real quick question is, a real quick comment. My wife and I were traveling the country in our RV for a little over 2 years. I was still prospecting buyers and sellers here in San Diego while I was traveling all over the country. So you can do it from anywhere. You can sell real estate if you live on the moon, as long as you have a connection, right?
That's a little too far from me. I'm not.
Hey, Lawrence, anything from you to say, anything, closing remarks from you, Lawrence, before we say goodbye today?
Well, to both of you, go Dodgers.
Yeah, go Padres. All right.
The Dodgers.
Okay,
All right.
go Red Sox.
Go Red Sox. All right, guys. Well, hey,
Go Braves.
nice to see everybody. Hey, that was a great week we had with sweep of Braves. That was fun. I'm just
Shut
kidding.
up. God, it was a bad week for us.
I know. Well, you guys got it going on. Hey, I appreciate everybody. Tune in every single Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. The More Deals Mastermind. See you next week, guys.
All right, thank you.